There is something very suspicious going on between the New York Knicks and the NBA referees, and it must be fixed, so we have to talk about this. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do. Because, look, there is something going on between the NBA refs and the New York Knicks, as the Knicks just got screwed over massively last night, as a lot of you may have seen by now. Because if you were watching, you would see that the New York Knicks, after pulling off an awesome comeback against the Houston Rockets, had a chance to send the game to overtime by locking the Rockets down in the final possession of the game, and they did just that. Precious Achiuwa got a massive block. It goes into the hands of Aaron Holiday, who literally one arm flings it at the hoop. Jalen Brunson jumps towards him and gets called for a foul. Now, if Aaron Holiday went straight up and took a normal jump shot and Brunson hit him and it was a foul, that's fine. But at the end of the game, you're going to call a foul when, according to the refs, it wasn't even a foul. Look, this is what the refs had to say on it. Chief Ed Malloy, so the head ref, said that the call was a mistake. And he quotes, "After seeing it during the post-game review, the offensive player was able to return to a normal playing position on the floor. The contact which occurred after the release of the ball is incidental and marginal to the shot attempt and should not have been called." Well, great. The foul shouldn't have been called. Hooray! Except we still lost the damn game. I don't give a damn if we didn't commit a foul. Good, we didn't. Congrats, JB. You got one less personal foul on your stats this year, because I know that's what you care about. Doesn't matter that we just lost our third straight game because the NBA referees, specifically one referee named Jason Goble, who was very suspect with the New York Knicks, decided to just screw us over completely. Now, if you look, as NBA New York, our favorite Twitter account on Knicks Digest, said, Jason Goble called that three-point foul on Jalen Brunson last night. Jason Goble did not call the three-point foul committed Brunson against the season opener. Instead, Brunson was called for flopping. If you guys remember that play against the Celtics, it was a very close game, and Brunson shoots a three. It was very clearly a foul, and they called a flopping foul. And by they, I mean NBA referee Jason Goble, because he just loves to screw us over. In both cases, NBA officials admitted the calls were wrong. So that's two different games that the New York Knicks could have won, that Jason Goble said, no, you're not winning. You think that I'm not going to go on a fucking power trip? Yeah, I am. Because that's just what I do. And NBA referees have been doing this for a while. They love the power. It's very clear they love the power. And when you're a former police officer like Jason Goble, you're already known to potentially be going on power trips. Yeah, so Jason Gobles just clearly has it out for the Knicks and loves the feeling of power that he gets to just screw over Jalen Brunson. Now, I don't know what Jalen Brunson did to him, but there is something that I do want to bring up about Mr. Jason Goble. Jason Goble, born February 22nd, 1981, his birthday's in 9 days, is a familiar face to basketball fans and has been officiating NBA games since 2017. I mean, that's generous. But before he became a referee, he had a different career path. He was a police officer for 13 years in Miami-Dade County, Florida. So, a guy who has the job that's most often affiliated with power trips outside of being a politician and a police officer. Now, I'm not getting into political shit. I'm just saying that that's the deal. Then becomes an NBA referee and keeps screwing over the Knicks. And who did the Knicks play in the playoffs last year and have become one of the biggest rivalries in the NBA today? The Miami Heat. The team that Jason Goble is almost certainly a fan of, as he is from and grew up in the Miami-Dade County area. Little suspicious that Jason Goble's going to twice screw the Knicks over in important moments of the Knicks season, and specifically screw Jalen Brunson over, a man who averaged 30 points per game against the Miami Heat in the playoff series. The only question is, Jason, why would you care? The Miami Heat won, and then they beat the Celtics, and then they went to the damn NBA Finals. And yeah, they lost, but the Heat aren't good enough to win the NBA Finals, because they're just not. Sorry, they're not, and they never will be. Not with this team. Enjoy just getting close for a while, Miami Heat fans, because that's all you're ever going to do with this roster. Little stray at the Heat. Kendrick Perkins said on First Take this morning, that was one of the worst calls I've seen in NBA history. Now, Perkins has been backing the Knicks for a while now. Obviously, there's definitely going to become a little bit of bias at this point. And what he said, which is a very good point, is even if that was a foul, it was a physical game all night where a lot of fouls were not being called either way. You cannot call that at the end of the game. I agree completely. Look, when I first saw it, I actively was like, no, that's a foul. Brunson's arm is down. But I don't know basketball rules like Ed Malloy does because I am not a longtime NBA referee. I am some guy with a camera, a ring light, this hoodie, and this hat. And in the background, there's a Carmelo Anthony jersey and the John Starks jersey. And that's really all I got. Like, that's... So I don't know NBA rules. But I thought it was a foul until I was proven wrong. And either way, let's think about it. Kendrick Perkins is absolutely right. If you're going to call a physical game as it is, do not call a foul at the end of a game to ruin a game that should be going to overtime. Let the game go to overtime. I mean, the NBA loves their ratings, so how about they let the Knicks go to an overtime game so people get more view on the Knicks? But no, because it's always good to see the New York Knicks lose, because what the NBA loves to do, because of someone, Stephen A., they love to piss off the Knicks fans, because that's what gets clicks. And it's working. Tommy Beer tweeted out that it was also Goble who whistled Brunson for a blocking foul on this play in the corner last night. Obviously, we don't have to play, but Brunson was called in a ridiculous blocking foul last night. Jason Goble called that also. Why? Because I think Jason Goble just doesn't like Jalen Brunson very much. I don't know why. Maybe because Brunson's an NBA player who's a superstar and Jason Goble isn't or something. I don't know. Tommy Beer also tweeted out and said that the Knicks had 57 drives last night, which was 10 more than the Rockets, and they took 53 shots in the paint last night, which was 6 more than the Rockets. The Knicks took 12 free throws last night. Houston took 33 free throws. I understand, believe me, I understand that Precious Achiuwa is not the most disciplined player in the world. I do get that. But the Knicks took more shots in the paint, and the Knicks drove more, and took a third of the free throws that the Houston Rockets took. I could do math. Oh, yeah. 33 divided by 11 is 3. Like John Starks' number back there. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to not get overly angry at this because it's such BS. Like, it really is. The fact that this has happened before, and we know that Jason Goble is already questionable with calls because he was the official who made the game-ending foul call on Jalen Brunson, as Nick Smith says, as we know by now. And he's also the same official who missed the blatant foul on LeBron in Boston last season. I just showed that clip because we all know the clip we're talking about. You know when LeBron just, like, has the biggest spaz attack in human history after that missed foul call? It's the funniest clip on the planet, in my opinion. I cannot stop laughing whenever I see it, and I'm about to start laughing now. And, like, if LeBron just, like... That was just hilarious. So, I mean, Jason Goble did cause that moment, and though, yes, he caused an all-time meme, he also screwed LeBron James over in a call that was clearly a foul. That game was very obvious. That's when Patrick Beverley took the camera and was like, look, this is an obvious foul. But no, because Jason Goble loves to call fouls or not call fouls and screw people over at the ends of basketball games for no apparent reason at all. Now, I don't know why that is, and I'm going to guess that it's because he likes to be on a power trip. Now, something that basically the entire world commented on this last night. Precious Achiuwa tweeted out, nasty work. After Ed Malloy said it wasn't a foul, Josh Hart tweeted out and just kind of laughed about it and was like, you gotta be kidding. Former NBA star, that's a stretch, and ESPN analyst Kendrick Perkins said that the Knicks, or the officials, just messed up a good-ass basketball game. That was a BS call on Brunson at the end of the Knicks and Rockets game. Sam Morrill, who is a longtime Knicks fan and a New Yorker and a stand-up comedian, said, I hope I'm not overreacting when I say the refs who just cost the Knicks game should not only be fired from the NBA, I want them out of the country. I agree. Deport Jason Goble ASAP. Jalen Brunson and the Knicks were absolutely robbed on this call. This better go all the way up to Adam Silver as one of the worst blatant calls I've ever seen. MSG sports betting host Alex Monaco tweeted out. We see him on MSG a lot when he's the one who's talking about the live odds and stuff. That's him. WFAN host Evan Roberts said the Knicks got hosed badly. And then everyone's favorite Knicks fan this year, Ben Stiller, asked the NBA, how are you going to deal with the Houston Knicks' awful call? The thing is, Ben Stiller tweeting it out is huge for us. Like, Ben Stiller being a part of Knicks Twitter is huge for us because that gets national views because he's Ben friggin' Stiller, because he's the man, and everyone loves Ben Stiller. Especially Knicks fans. But want to know who we don't love? Jason Goble, Miami native, who's on a power trip and just giving us L's out the wazoo. And there's nothing we can do about it except learn that after the game, the calls were wrong, which means jack shit. Have a good day, guys. Go Knicks. Like and subscribe. All that good stuff. We're on the grind. All-Star break coming up. You're going to get some fun content from us, I swear.